Hi guys, it's your girl Jupeng and I'm back with another video. Guys, in this video I'm just going to tell you about my worst experience or my worst encounter with patients in the hospital.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
And I had so many encounters with patients, like bad encounters with patients. I had so many bad ones, but I'm just going to summarize it for you guys. Because I love you guys. So to begin with, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, if you haven't liked any video, or if you haven't watched any of my videos, go check it out. Go fast, be fast. In today's video, I'm just going to tell you about my worst experience, as I said earlier. So the first one is a patient actually vomited on me. Guys, this is how it happened. I reported to work that morning, yes, and there was one patient who none of the nurses wanted to take care of. So when I reported work that day, I was asked by the nurses on duty that day. There were two nurses. They told me to administer medication. Yes, that's the word. To administer medication to this patient. None of them wanted to serve them all, so they actually wanted to give me that job to administer the medication to this patient. Before the nurse handed me the medication, the nurse told me to ask the patient 3 good times if the patient wants to vomit. So she actually told me to send a kidney tray, so that if the patient wants to vomit, the patient will vomit inside the kidney tray. Yes, not showing my address or anything. So she told me clearly, like I still remember what she said. She told me, just ask the patient 3 good times, because this medication, it makes you vomit. I've forgotten the name of the medication because that was my first time working in the hospital. So I don't remember the name of that medication properly. I don't remember at all. So the nurse told me this medication makes everyone vomit. Most of the people vomit. So I should ask the patient whether he wants to vomit. Then I went to this man. I greeted him nicely. So I told him, boss, please, if you feel like vomiting, just tell me, so I'll pass the kidney dish to you. Then you vomit in. This man was like, okay. I said, boss, for the second time, if you feel like vomiting, please let me know, so that I'll pass the kidney tray to you and you vomit inside. Guys, is this not simple? This one was like, yes. If I feel like vomiting, I'll tell you. Then I was like, okay. So I started administering the medication. It was through the cannula. So I started administering it. Then I was told by the nurse to be checking this man from time to time, because this patient is a difficult patient. So even if he wants something, he won't say it. I was told by the nurses to be observing his facial expression. Then I also use that one to detect whether he wants to vomit or not. Guys, as I was administering it little by little as I was taught. Then I turned to look at this man's face. This man's face was like this, guys.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
I don't know what was happening to this man. Then I asked him, boss, do you want to vomit? He was like, no, I'm fine. Then I was like, oh, okay. If he doesn't want to vomit, what can I do? So I asked him for the second time, please, do you want to vomit? Then he was like, no. How the nurse who handed me the medication advised me and told me this medication, it makes you vomit. Then this man was like, he doesn't want to vomit. So I was surprised. And I was like, maybe everybody responds to medication or any other thing differently. So maybe this man, they won't make him vomit. Then I was administering it. I turned to look at this man's face. His face had changed completely. Then I asked him, boss, do you want to vomit? He was like, no. Guys. So I was like, what's all this? Maybe his system isn't responding to it yet. So I kept on administering the medication. Then guys, I felt something hot on me. I kept on administering the medication without looking at it. Now I felt something hot, as if something hot had poured on me, my whole body. Then guys, it was then that I realized that this man had vomited on me.
What me finna do? What me finna do?
His vomitus was all over me. And I was like, So then I actually got angry. Like, I really got angry, because I asked like 6 times or so. Do you want to vomit? You're like, no. Do you want to vomit? You're like, no. So like, what's all this? Like, what's all this? How can you just put vomit on me and you expect me to be fine? So guys, I got angry and I left his candle open, guys, and I went straight to change my clothes. Guys, my new dress, my new scarf that I laughed so much because this man poured his vomit on me. I couldn't even use that scraps again, which is very bad. So guys, I don't know who attended to him, but me, I left him like that. I left him because I had to go and change. It's his fault, not mine. The second one, or my second encounter with a patient, my second dangerous encounter with a patient was, guys, we moved to the World Fresh. I know nothing about that place because it was the first time I was working in that ward. And guys, one girl started before I did. We asked to check vital signs as usual. Freshers did it. Vital signs that we check. So we checked everybody's own, yeah. But there was this person in a room. It's like a private room. Guys, I didn't bother asking anything. I wasn't wearing anything. Then we entered, we checked this man's vital signs. Guys, I was far away. I didn't touch him. I was somewhat close to him, but then this friend who started before I did checked him, touched him, you know the vital signs. So he touched him and checked his vital signs. Then when we left that place, when we were done with the man, we were checking and we left that place. Then we met one of the nurses. Then the nurse was like, what did you go and do there? They were like, we went to check vital signs. And she said, where is your nose marks? Where are your protective clothing? And where are they? And we were like, what for? Because you are checking vital signs, you are not doing anything. And vital signs, when you are checking, you don't need all those things. Then it was like, have you forgotten that man in that room has TB, which is tuberculosis? They were like, So we all tend to look at this person who started before we did. Then she was also looking at us.
Hey, hold on, this shit ain't funny. It ain't funny, but it is.
She was annoying. You started before us, then the nurse told you the previous day to wear gloves, wear protective clothing before you enter that room. Then you forgot to tell us. Meanwhile, this time out, you're the one checking the vital signs. So is it what? Has she forgotten, or how can she forget such vital information? Like, how can you just forget this thing? Once you check the person, the previous day you were the one who checked this patient's vital signs. Today you are the one who is checking this patient's vital signs. Then you touch the patient without wearing any protective clothing. So we asked the nurse because I was so curious to know what will happen to us once we entered them without any protective clothing. So we asked the nurse, and this nurse was like, did he cough? They were like, no. Only he was talking alright, but we were like, no. He didn't cough. Then he was like, then we are safe, because if he had coughed, we would have been in danger because it would have been transferred to us. Like, if he had coughed, it would have turned into something else. Guys, I was very surprised, I was shocked, and I was mad at that girl for not telling us anything. I was angry, I was shocked, I was scared, I was everything.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I was everything. Guys, so that's my second one. Guys, the third dangerous encounter with the patient was, there was this child who was brought to the pediatrics. She had seizure, she had jaundice, then she was also low birth weight. She was low birth weight. So when she was admitted, the nurses asked the mom what was wrong with the child. Then the mom was like, for a week now, the child has not been able to eat. If you give your child food, the child vomits it out, or the child doesn't eat at all. The nurses was like, for a week now, how was this one? You were eating. The child was not able to eat. The child is very hot, has a high temperature. The child had fever. The child has all those things. Then you're still sitting down, sitting at home. A week now. Guys, I just felt the woman was very, very wicked, because how can you sit there? Your child has been suffering from seizure, jaundice. The child is not able to eat for a week now, and you're still at home comfortably. No, like, I was just shocked. When the child was admitted to the hospital too, this woman won't let you wrestle. Small time, the baby is not breathing. Small time. The way I was angry, because she kept the child at home for a week. I don't know whether she felt guilty or her conscience alone wasn't making her okay. Small time, the child is not breathing properly. Small time, come and check the child. The child is not breathing. The child is not breathing. Guys, this woman was doing this until we left the place. So I don't know what happened to the people who later went there, because this woman was too annoying. As if we forced her to keep a child at home. Now she is happily eating. The child is not eating, her still happy. Guys, this brings us to the end of today's video. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here. Don't forget to comment, like, and everything. So bye guys.